everybody. We're not in the car.
Good morning. How are we all doing?
I did just say this about 2 seconds ago, but I realised I was doing a countdown picture.
Honestly, can you hear Luigi? He's upstairs. If you can hear that, he's all the way upstairs.
He's meowing this morning.
Excuse the state of the table. There's everything everywhere.
Yeah, so just doing yarn for the shop. Alex is writing out some stuff for the yarn. I've just finished off cutting loads of these up, which is, yeah. So that's it pretty much. That's this morning so far.
We need to... I've got knit group this afternoon. Thank you to everyone that's been reminding me. It's in my head. I have got knit group this afternoon and need to nip out this morning. We're going to film a little section of all the yarn, but I'm going to put it at the end of the vlog. So for those of you that aren't interested in the shop update, it'll be right at the end. Will you stop shaking the camera?
I'm not trying to. My arms has gone all like dead. After
the vlog is finished, I better let Danny get off and rest his arm. I'll be back in a little bit.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's shaking. I don't know why. Stay safe, everybody.
I saw the ending before the movie was done. I got thick skin because I've been burned before. I got baggage that you don't know of. Learn the hard way not to trust anyone. I'm not letting anyone get too close. I'm a wild one, I'm alright, love on my own. You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine. It's just a little heartbreak, when heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm broken, I swear that I'm alright. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm hurting, right? But cowgirls don't cry. Ooh. I saw the red flags before giving you a chance. I said no, I turned you down before we even got to dance. I have demons that I don't really show. Learn the hard way not to trust anyone. I'm not letting anyone get too close. I'm a wild one, I'm alright, love on my own. You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm broken, I swear that I'm alright. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm hurting. Ooh. Cowgirls don't cry. Cowgirls don't I'm not letting anyone get too close. I'm a wild one, I'm alright, love on my own. You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm broken, I swear that I'm alright. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm hurting. Ooh.
It is 20 to 12. I don't feel like I've been on the vlog this morning because it was a really brief hello this morning. So I don't really, and then of course we went out. So I don't really feel like I've seen you this morning. But I'm here. I have remembered knit group. I'm aware that I've got 2 hours and a bit before I go to knit group. So it's in my head. And right now I'm going to sit and put my 10 rows into Danny's jumper. I'm just doing 10 rows a day at the moment because my shoulder's been poorly. So I'm going to sit and do that. It won't take me too long. So I'm going to do that. I have downloaded a new book, which I will talk to you about later on tonight. And well, I've downloaded the sample. I'm giving it the sample, see how it is. But I'll talk to you about it later. So I'm going to have half an hour doing that. Doing Danny's cardigan and having a read of the new book. The dog has a bone, if I can show you. So she is so content right now. So she's doing that. I'm going to work on Danny's cardigan, have a little flick of this new book, see what it's like, and I'll let you know later on. And I shall be back in a little bit. Got my bag on that shoulder again. I've remembered knit group. My friend Susie messaged me and said, get your legs going, it's knit group time. So I'm just walking down now. I've brought my scrap wrap and Danny's cardi. If any of you are new, I'm not actually making Danny a cardigan. I'm making him a jumper. You'll have to catch up on previous episodes. It's a whole story, but it's actually a jumper. But I've got so used to calling it a cardigan that I keep calling it a cardigan. But it's not, it's a jumper. So we're just walking down now. I'm a little bit early, so I'm gonna have a little walk through the park, show you the park on our way through. And yeah, it's been a lovely day. Got all my jobs done this morning, so the afternoon's kind of mine. And we're going to have a chippy tea as well. I can't wait. We usually do get a chippy tea after knit group. Didn't even dawn on me last week that we didn't have a chippy tea. But across the road, we usually get one after knit group. Because when I come home I can never be bothered standing and cooking. I've just had such a relaxing hour and a half with the ladies that I never want to cook. If you're not from the UK, a chippy tea, I've been asked this before, is, let me just get round over this road, is fish and chips from the chip shop. I think you have that in other countries, I'm sure. Battered fish, which is usually cod or haddock, and chips. Normally, it's very popular to have it with, it's very popular to have fish chips and mushy peas, or fish chips and curry sauce. We're not getting fish tonight. Fish is just a little pricey at the moment, and we can't afford little treats if we get fish on top. Costs a fortune, so we just get chips. Danny normally gets chips and curry sauce. I'm not a big fan of curry sauce, so I just get chips and a tea cake. So, this used to be the old post office that I'm just walking past now. Here used to be a lovely couple that used to run it, just there. And it was the old post office. They retired. It was constantly getting burgled, armed robberies in this little sleepy village. And the couple ended up retiring. And then the man that owns the mini market shop took on a post office, so we still had a post office. Tea room's there. Don't think you can see it. Never actually been in there, to be honest. This is the park. That's the back of the post office. Near the birds. We've got, I'll show you as I walk past, little community herb gardens there and there. And this really old tree, let me show you. Look how old that is. Isn't it amazing? Drop my bag now. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's a really old tree. There's usually a squirrel here. It's not here today. This is the park. They light it up in winter. Oh, it's beautiful. But this time they've kept the lights going all year. It's so nice on an evening. They've got all fairy lights everywhere. It's beautiful. And this is where Nick Group is. So I'm going to go in and I shall be back. Hello everybody, it is now nearly 5:30, so I thought I'd come on for our last evening chat together. Not ever, because we will be back for vlogs, although it's going to be a little while before we do any more vlogs again, just because we've been vlogging a lot over the past maybe 6 months or so, so it will be a little while before the vlogs are back, but I've had such a blast with you all. Had a great time at Nick Group. It was just fabulous. I felt like I hadn't seen the ladies in such a long time, and it's only been 2 weeks. The dog's rolling around on the floor. It was just so lovely to catch up with them, and we know we're just all enabling each other with yarn. I mean, I'm going to admit, usually it's me that's doing the enabling, but this week it wasn't me at all. So I was quite proud of that fact. But you know what it's like when you're around your knitty friends and they're saying, oh, I got this new yarn. We were talking a lot about the Yarn Smith's yarn from Wool Warehouse, which is the new yarn range they brought out, an Elvis range. I did see it last week. I didn't order it because I have enough yarn to be getting on with, although I have bought yarn this week. But they are, I think they're 150 gram yarn cakes, and they are just lovely DK weight yarn. They were on offer for £3.95 when they first came out. They're up to £7.20 now, but still a really, really good price. They've got a fabulous range of colours. It's just lovely. So we were, looking on Wool Warehouse website. We were talking about podcasts. It was just fabulous. It was just really nice. Just what I needed today to go and catch up with my ladies. So we did that, and then I came home. I did a little bit of crochet. The dog's circling because next door's dogs are out and she wants to go and bark. And Danny's brought her in, so now she's just doing laps of the lounge because she wants to go out. Anyway, and then we went and got a chippy tea, which was just delicious. It was really yummy. But I did promise you earlier another book recommendation. I don't know what you're all going to do next month when I'm not giving you all these book recommendations. But I downloaded the sample earlier. I saw this book in a supermarket. It's where I see most of the books that I buy is a supermarket. I saw the book in the supermarket, had a look on Kindle, thought it looked really, really good, downloaded the sample, then went ahead and bought the book because the sample was so good. So it's by Lisa Jewell and it's called None of This Is True. Okay, now you'll understand when I read the blurb why it appealed to me. Celebrating her 45th birthday at her local pub, podcaster Alex Summer crosses paths with an unassuming woman called Josie Fair. Josie is also celebrating her 40th. A few days later, they bump into each other again, this time outside Alex's children's school. Josie says she thinks she would be an interesting subject for Alex's podcast. She is, she tells Alex, on the cusp of great changes in her life. Alex agrees to a trial interview, and indeed Josie's life appears to be strange and complicated. Alex finds her unsettling but can't quite resist the temptation to keep digging. Slowly, Alex starts to realise that Josie has been hiding some very dark secrets, and before she knows it, Josie has cajoled her way into Alex's life and into her home. So Alex begins to wonder, who is Josie Fair really, and what has she done? The Hi, I'm Your Birthday Twin podcast has been brought to life. Oh, that's an advert bit, ignore that. So I downloaded the sample earlier and it is, you can guess it's going to be quite a dark thriller. You've got to be liking thrillers to be getting this book. I already suspect part of what's going on, and it was the sample was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I downloaded the book, which I plan on reading tonight. It's just, yeah, I do love a good book recommendation. I've got a can of Coke because it's the only time I drink Coke is if we've had a chippy tea. I don't drink it at any other time. But when you have a chippy tea, you've got to have a Diet Coke to go with it. So yeah, that's been about my day. It's just been, so we've got all the jobs done that we needed to do this morning. There is still a few little shop update stuff tomorrow, but not over much. I'm saying not over much. It involves adding the postage to the website, which is always a pain because it's never straightforward. And every time I've got to spend half an hour figuring out how to attach something its own postage. But once it's done, I should write it down as I'm doing it, really, because I go through this every time. But there's not a lot to do tomorrow. Josh has his contact lens appointment. They rang today. His contact lenses are now in stock, so they're going to do his trial appointment tomorrow, which is just brilliant news. So we've got that in the afternoon. So he'll have his contact lenses to try tomorrow. So yeah, really pleased. And I get my new glasses next week. I absolutely can't wait, to be honest, because I'm looking forward to being able to use my reading glasses. The ones that I've got, I mentioned before, the prescription is just too strong. And if I move my head even slightly, I go dizzy and I feel sick. So I just can't use them. So I struggle when I'm reading. Especially when I'm playing the Switch, because the writing's so small that I can't read it. So I'm really looking forward to getting my reading glasses, but I'm looking forward to having some glasses that are not just black. These ones are like, they're like that t-shirt over there on the radiator, which is Josh's, but I'm not going to show you. It's like a tealy blue. They're really nice. I've got hiccups now, I'm really sorry. So yeah, I get them on Tuesday, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah, that's about everything. So, like I said, there's going to be a little bit of a break from vlogs at the moment, just because we did September vlogs, then November vlogs, then there was the YouTube shorts, then there was Birthday Bonanza, and then we did February vlogs. So I'm kind of like, I just need a little bit of a break now. So they will come back, but just in a little bit. I want to get on with the podcast next week. The podcast is coming back monthly. I think I mentioned that earlier on in the vlogs. I'm going to be doing a monthly podcast because there's a few, now that I've started designing sock patterns, they take a lot of time. And I don't want to feel like sometimes she's found a skipping rope. Get down, lady. Honestly. Sometimes when you have a podcast, and as much as you tell yourself it's not going to happen, I'm sure many of you that watch that are podcasters can relate, you feel the need to always be trying to, cast on new projects so you've got content and things to share. And, it's always worked really well. I've said before that I never cast on anything that I don't want to cast on. But sometimes you do have a tendency when you're a podcast to cast on more than you ordinarily would because you've got to have content. And now that I'm doing some sock designs and other designs that I'm doing as well, I want to have time to do that because I want to see where I can go with it. I'm not saying I'm going to be some knitting designer, because clearly not. But I'm enjoying what I'm doing and I'm just following the journey where it takes me. For as long as that I'm enjoying designing, then I'm going to continue doing it. And that just means that it takes away from other knitting time that I've got, and I don't like feeling overwhelmed. So the podcast being monthly is a little bit, makes it easier for me because, if I've only got 3 projects to talk about, that's still fine. But if it's them same 3 projects that I'm talking about over the course of 3 podcasts, you'll get a little bit bored. So it just makes it easier for me and I don't have to be worrying so much about content. Not that I worry about content, but you know what I mean. So yeah, but there are, and I've said before, there are other things that I want to do with the channel, and I'm trying to bring those in, but I just struggle for time sometimes. So I'm hoping Danny is going to be doing a new series on the channel as well. It just means we can spend time doing other things that aren't so much podcast related, but still very much knitting and crochet related, and things that I hope that you will find entertaining or inspiring or any of those things. There are lots that we want to do with the channel, so it just means the podcast has got to switch to monthly. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that. But I'm going to be filming the podcast next week. So I'm hoping to film each episode of the podcast in the first week of a new month and just do it that way. And then you'll see what other things pop up on the channel as well. But yeah, so I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you that have joined us for February vlogs. Honestly, you've just made my month. You really have. Coming on here and just vlogging and talking to you guys in the comments, it really makes a huge difference to my life. It really does. And you all leave such lovely comments, and you're all so kind always, and you all make me feel so welcome. So I just want to say a huge thank you. You know, I put these vlogs up and sometimes I think, Alex, that was boring, but you all just come and join me anyway, and I feel very grateful, and I feel very, very lucky. So thank you so much for joining us this February. I'm going to be leaving a clip on the end of this, which is the shop update, which is happening tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So for those of you that want to see the yarn that's going into the shop tomorrow at 7 p.m, that will come on after this. If you don't want to see that, that's absolutely fine. Then the vlog will end here. So again, thank you so much everybody for joining us, and we will see you on, well, I'll see you on the next podcast. Danny will see you on the next vlogs. Well, maybe. There's something else going on, but thank you for joining me everybody. Hello everybody. So we are going to show you now what is going into the shop tomorrow. Our shop is not on Etsy. We have our own website that is linked in the description box below this video, so if you just click the more button it will come up, but I will pop it on the screen as well. It's www.myyarnycorner.com, and our updates are always the first of every month at 7 p.m. So let's have a look what we've got. We're going to start with 50 grams.
Yep, we'll start with the 50 grams. So we've got the lovely
silver grey.
Very nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
You might as well come back to me.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Black. These are just 50 grams. These are 200 metres, 4-ply yarn, 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. All of our yarn this time is 75-25. These are 50 grams, so they are more solid colours, so you can put it with other things. This one is, that one was Midnight. This one is denim blue. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Blind.
Golden yellow. They're 50s as well. More 50 grams. These are jade and they are very, very pretty. Just a really nice greeny turquoisey colour.
Go with the next ones.
This is Sunset Boulevard. We've got hundreds of this as well, which are slightly darker. It's because when you're dyeing on 50s and hundreds, it comes out different. So you can see that the 100 grams is slightly darker than this one, but only ever so slightly. So we've got two Sunset Boulevard. This is the colour of my cardigan that everybody was asking for, so I did it in 50s and 100s. It's just a really nice peachy pinky colour. We have two cherry, lovely cherry red. A little bit of a variegated 50. These are purple haze, and they are just purples and pink, really. Purple, pink and blue. You see that? Just a nice variegated yarn.
And the last two.
And the last two are sky blue. These are variegated as well. There are some really light sections and some dark sections in there, but it is all blue. If you can hear Luigi, he's upstairs meowing. This is after the clip that we've just filmed, and he's still at it. It's like 15 minutes later. And
Oh yeah, this is at the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what you saw at the beginning, this is just after the beginning.
So the beginning of the video, this is 15 minutes after that. Yeah, I'll show that one again. So now going on to 100 grams. This is Sunset Boulevard in the 100.
Live dye.
This is one of the live dye ones. This is Rainbow, which is blue, pink and yellow, and everything in between those three colours. It's gorgeous. You've got some real greeny bits up there, some blue bits, a little bit of green there, some pink. It fades in beautifully.
I've got to show you. Sorry, I forgot.
There is one of these because I've got the other one. This is Shipwreck, and this is beautiful. Brown, teal, just brown and teal. It's absolutely gorgeous. What are you doing behind me?
The dog.
This is a live dye one. I don't know what she's doing. This is Blue Raspberry. Oh, love that one. That would make an amazing pair of socks, it really would.
Nightshade.
Nightshade. There are two of these, but it's right at the bottom of the box. This is the one from the live dye. Oh, just love it. Just love it. I so nearly stole one, but I can't. I can't steal live dye yarn. That's a step too far. We have one of these, which is just a turquoise. For those of you that like blue, it is slightly variegated. Yeah, it Rose. Slightly, it's more semi-solid than variegated, this one. There is a few lighter parts, but not many. It's more of a semi-solid. Soggy Monday, I think there's two of these. It'll be at the bottom of the box.
I'm trying to look.
It's alright, don't worry, just leave it. Soggy Monday, which is blues and purples and absolutely gorgeous. You saw Danny dyeing this on one of the vlogs over the course of the month. This is Spring Rain, and it's a really pale grey and yellow with some speckles as well. Lightly speckled, it's not too heavily speckled. There's just a few areas which are lightly speckled. It's beautiful. That's Spring Rain.
And the sister to go with it.
And there is one that very similar colours, which is Spring Flowers, but this is a lot more heavily speckled. And you've got some real speckled bits in there. It's greens, yellows and reds. It's beautiful.
Oh, take the top one.
Jaded. This is Jaded, and it's pink and jade. It's gorgeous. I don't even need to say anything because just look. There's that one.
Is that one?
This one was one that you saw me dyeing on the vlogs, and this is called Islands in the Sun. And you've got white, jade and pink and yellow. It is stunning. I am keeping it if it doesn't sell. Because when I was dyeing it for me. Then I thought, no, Alex, pop it into the shop. So if it doesn't sell, it's no biggie, because I've got my eye on this for a pair of socks. And this is one of Danny's that he was trying something new. So there is only one. It's called Rosebud, and I cannot tell you.
When I say it's one of a kind, it's one of a kind.
I'm going to try and get him to bring more of this back next month. It is amazing. It's pinks, golds, and there's a little bit of brown in there. You can see. On a fairly pale base with just these highlights. It's gorgeous. That's called Rosebud. Is this the last two?
No, there's more.
No? Goodness. Boy Meets Girl. This is the one that I was talking about on the vlog that I said I died one Sunday and the year before was the day that I died. It came up on my memories. Boy Meets Girl. So this time last year, it was this yarn. And funnily enough, somebody sent me a picture. I think it's one of my testers of the socks that she's done in Boy Meets Girl. I couldn't believe it. It was so like meant to be. So first of all, I dyed the yarn thinking, oh, I'll just put those two colours together. Then realised I'd done it on the exact same day the year before. Then one of the testers that had bought the yarn sent me a picture. It was so weird. It's beautiful. It's pinks and blues, which in areas causes purple. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This one is Cosmic, and this is pink and blue, but a lot. Pass me Boy Meets Girl back. Sorry, that one. Whereas Boy Meets Girl is much paler and variegated. Cosmic is much more solid colours. It still creates the purple in areas, but you can see the colours are much more saturated, and there's more of the pale, really pale blue areas. This one's more of a variegated. Well, they're both variegated, but this one's got bigger sections of colour in it. So that is Cosmic. Sorry, I'll pass you that back.
Oh, this is me.
Danny's arranging them all in the box perfectly. This is Sun, Sea and Sand, and this is jade and yellow and some really pale, like, I don't know what colour you'd call that, like the palest of pale caramel, coffee. Really, really beautiful. That's a gorgeous one. Very springy. So that is Sun, Sea and Sand.
And then the last two.
Oh yeah,
my
I love
favourite.
this one. Yeah, Aqua Gold, which is jade and gold. They are beautiful. So we also have some 9-inch circulars in the shop as well. I forgot to mention it last update that they were in there. I did put them in last month. I just never told anybody I'd done it. So there are some 9-inch circulars. I think we're trying to build up the stock of needles. There are still some Addy Unicorns 100cm cables in there. But now we've got the Addy 9-inch circulars, the ones with the long tip and the short tip in there as well. We're just getting them every month and just building up a stock of needles too. So that is everything.
No, it's not. Advent drops tomorrow night.
Advent!
7
Advent!
PM. I'm sure this is just, me. Advent drops at 7 o'clock tomorrow night as well. Don't miss out. Do not miss out. It's going to be a brilliant one.
Can't believe I forgot the Advent. We've got a shop update. Don't even mention the biggest part of the shop update.
It's the biggest part of the shop update.
So the Advent is tomorrow at 7 PM as well. The Advent stays up on the listing for 1 week. So the Advent is a pre-order. If you are new to the Advent, we have an Advent video on the channel. Please go and look at that, because that tells you everything you need to know about the Advent. Just look a few videos down, you'll see it. We only filmed it last week. It tells you everything you need to know about the Advent and how it works. It is a pre-order, but if you've never ordered it before, please go and check that video out. It's going to be amazing this year. We go into depth about what the Advent is and how it works, what happens if you're international. All of those things are in the video that we filmed last week, so do go check it out if you're new and you're thinking about taking part this year.
What?
Thank you very much. Right, we are going to go. So I've probably already ended the vlog at this point, but I just again want to say thank you so much everybody for joining us during February vlogs. We have had the most fun, the absolute most fun, haven't we?
Yeah, and like I say, thank you very much for all the lovely comments. Thank you very much for all the pictures. Like Alex said, it's probably ended now. So, like I say, very humbled for you lovely people to come and join us every day. very humbled in the sense you want to come and support us.
It blows my
Channel
mind.
shop.
It really does blow my mind that you
Um,
come every day and see what we've been up to and just always leave us such lovely comments. It's just amazing.
So, on that wonderful, beautiful note, as I always say, stay safe, everybody. Take it easy. You never know, you may see me for live tutorials. I don't know.
Bye, everybody.